As somebody who came to the United States as an immigrant yourself, are you getting concerned about what's happening with ICE? And the reason I say that, it's not just the incident with Renee Good, who was killed by an ICE officer in that highly disputed incident. It's more that the polling about ICE agents now is extremely bad. And it plays, I think you and I discussed this when I came on your show, which is that when it comes to immigration, Trump's done an amazing job in sealing the southern border. That is unarguable. Most people agree with it. Most Americans agree with it. I think most Americans agree with undocumented people in America who commit crimes that are not linked to their status. They should be deported. Everyone agrees with that. The hot flashpoint is what happens to people who've come in undocumented, either on their own or perhaps as children of people who come in undocumented, and that actually they're being removed or they're being targeted after 10 years in the United States of living and working and contributing and paying taxes, having children, and so on. And that the imagery of these ICE agents with their masks, which the police don't have, going around into cities and towns, grabbing people like that, is actually very un-American. Just quickly, what do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, look, this is a very, very complicated issue, and I'll just kind of give my opinions, and you know, you can kind of make up your mind where I'm at with this. Yeah, Abby, who works at CNN the other day, said the most interesting thing. She said, you know, I don't remember any of these issues when Obama deported 3 million people.
Right.
Why was it that we didn't have these kinds of issues under Obama, and we're having it today? I don't know if you saw this or not. She says that, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, yeah, the reason why Obama didn't get the criticism that he get, because you guys didn't cover it.
Yes.
Nobody was talking about it.
100%.
CNN wasn't covering it. It was like, oh, he's doing a great job. You know, it's an okay job. He's making sure America's safer. And there's a clip of Barack Obama saying, if you came here illegally, you need to get back to the end of the line. Who's he talking about? The people that did this legally get to the front of the line. You get to the back of the line. Have you ever stood in line in a place that's going to take an hour to get something and somebody cuts you? What feeling do you get in your belly? Don't you just kind of feel like, what the hell are you doing? Get back to the end of the line. I've been waiting here for 40 minutes. We applied for green card in 1984 in Iran. My mother was done with me living in Iran, with us living in Iran, and she told my dad, we got to get out of here. We didn't get here till November 28, 1990, but we came here legally. A lot of people are trying to get ahead of the line. So I understand that argument of folks who are today not really talking about it in a positive way, but under Obama, oh, he was phenomenal the way he did it. There's nobody under Obama that worked for ICE that deported 3 million that did it this way. Piers, can you role play this? Like, think about I'm an ICE agent under Obama, and I come to your house and I say, hey, Piers, you're here illegally. I need you and your family to pack yourself up and go back to Mexico. And you say, oh, my God, because you're an ICE agent under Obama, thank you for being so kind and respectful when you're asking me to go back to Iran. I will listen to you kindly. Would you like to arrest me? Here, take my hands and handcuff me. What a noble group of people you guys are. No, it was nasty. But this thing called camera wasn't there, and it is there today. And it's very nasty. It's not an easy job. And I knew this was going to take place, and I knew the media was going to use this to turn against them because they're going to get so much content. And the average person who's watching it on TV, who has a heart, who's empathetic, who's sympathetic, is sitting there saying, I feel bad for this family. It is so difficult to watch this as a logical player. It is so easy for us to fall for this as an emotional player, which all of us are. Who the hell wants to see kids being separated from their parents? Nobody does. But there's laws, and they're trying to protect the laws because while all these people are talking about what they're talking about, you know what happens if another 9/11 happens in the next 6, 12 months, 24 months, and they realize the person that conducted the next 9/11 is a guy that came through the border, the 12, 15, 20 million people that came under Biden, and 4,000 or 5,000 people die. Imagine somebody does that at a big football game. Imagine one of the World Cup games here, an idiot who came here illegally disrupts a World Cup game, and we have to shut down the 2026 World Cup, and it's done. Every game is shut down. Imagine that. Then what are people going to say? Oh, then all of a sudden you're going to get to Trump? See, this is the thing about tough leadership that's not easy to understand when the tough leadership has to execute the tough decisions. The one part I will tell you, Piers, that I think that the one thing we have to realize is when you vote for somebody, I'm voting for President Trump's instinct and the way he processes issues and gets information from everybody. I'm not expecting 100% decision-making process. No leader makes 100% of the right decisions. You want to be in the 60, 70% range, and you're going to screw it up 20, 30% of the time. There's never been a leader that made 100% the right decision. But here's what he does. If you look at the way he does things, Bill Pulte, who runs FHA and Fannie Mae, who we had on the show about a couple weeks ago, he came out and said something. He says, well, we're thinking about introducing a 50-year loan for mortgages to deal with affordability. And everyone's like, wait a minute, 50-year loan? Yes, we're thinking about a 50-year loan. This was a couple months ago. You know what he just announced this week? That 50-year loan idea is out. We're not going to do it. It's not going to work. All right, great. So they're watching, because if all of a sudden you get rid of people that have been here since they were 10 years old, they're working certain jobs, and farmers are coming back and saying, hey, I'm a guy that voted for you and you're impacting my business. President Trump, please listen. We need some of these guys, or whatever these people are that are leveraging it or need that help. President Trump and his team's going to sit there and say, look, if it's going to impact the economy, if it's going to impact us here directly here, and these are good citizens, let's figure out a way to make it work. So I think we are in the nasty phase right now. I think we're in the sausage-making phase right now, and the media is going to use every one of these clips to get people emotional. The question is, why isn't the media covering what's going on with Iran? Why is the media so upset? Why isn't the media covering what's going on with Nigeria? Why isn't the media talking? But they'll show anything and everything that matches their own propaganda that they have in place. So as a player that wants to get the information and be as reasonable, as logical as possible, I think we have to tap into that, as difficult as it will be when we watch these heart-wrenching videos of families being separated.
After 2 years of working on this, we have finally pulled it off. And let me tell you what it is. Every time we do the Vol Conference, if you've attended, you know this. I stand up and I speak for probably 45 hours is what I do at the Vol Conference. And I love it. I love being around the guys. I love it. But I wear the Ferragamo shoes when I do this. Or I wear some kind of dress shoes. Eventually, for the last 25 years, I've always been on stage walking around. I'm like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of it. I want a shoe that I'm comfortable wearing. And here's what I love. I don't like shoes that are so heavy. That's a dumbbell. You can use it as a weapon. I don't want that. Like the Xenia, you carry it. I have so many of them, but they're so heavy. Like you can literally curl the Xenia, the shoes, and you'll get a pump within 30 reps. And I wanted the combination of the Hoka, the On Cloud, the Super Foam, because there's a big thing going on right now with the Super Foam, where the bottom of the shoe, you wear it. You know which ones I'm talking about, the On Cloud or the Hokas, right? They're so comfortable. And I said, what if we take luxury and then combine it with the super comfort? What would that look like? And let's build it in Italy. So what do? We went to Italy. We designed the shoe in Florida. We made the shoe in Italy in five of the factories. We went back and forth, God knows how many times. And by the way, the shoes we're about to launch and introduce to you right now, where you're going to see the video for the first time, I've been wearing those shoes for the last 22 days straight. I'm wearing them right now. I literally wear it with suits. I wore it yesterday when we went to lunch. I wear it every single day. It's the most comfortable shoes I have, yet it's authentic Italian leather. Rob, if you don't mind playing the video, go for it. Here's the video of the latest shoe, the FLBs. When we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Bright collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless. Boom. There you go. Designed in Florida, 100% made in Italy. 50 hands touch each shoe that was made. And here's what's unique about it. I want to kind of show this to everybody that knows this. And I've worn pretty much every one of these shoes. So if you compare this, the Italian leather, of course, it's made in Italy. It's not assembled, made in China, assembled in Italy, 100% made in Italy, assembled in Italy. It's FLBs, Berlutis, which are $18.40, Ferragamos are $8.95, Xenias are $11.90, and Gucci's are $9.50. Leather premium lining, all of them except for Gucci. Laceless feature, it's the FLBs, the Berlutis, you have laces, Ferragamos laceless, and then you have also the Xenias, and then the Gucci's have the laces. I don't want to wake up in the morning, put laces on. I want to get out the house. Took me 3 seconds to put my shoes on today. Craftsman, 5 different Italian factories all made this shoe. Berlutis are the same as us, as well as FLB. But the only shoe, these trainers, the only one in the world today, according to the factories that told me this in Italy, that has the super foam, the only one that has the same super foam used in the On Clouds and the Hokas, it's the FLBs. and they're officially out, and you can place the order. Here's a challenge. We only have 1,000 of these pairs. And when you say 1,000 of these pairs, they start from size, I believe, is it 8? It goes 8, 9, 10, 10 and a half, 11, 11 and a half, 12, 13. Those are the sizes that we have. And the shoes that you can get today, the colors, you have access to, Rob, if you can go back there, you can have access to those browns, which is absolutely beautiful. And by the way, the brown on the bottom, the stitching on the side is a left stitching. If you can change the picture, and on the bottom it says the future looks bright. Look at the white lines on the side. It's beautiful. The only ones we have right now that you can get sent out today are the black and the browns. If you do want the white to pre-order, I would highly recommend you do so. They're going to come out the second week of December. So the white and the navy blue comes out the second week of December. The browns and the blacks are available. If you believe the future looks bright as much as we do, go place the order. There's nothing like sitting in the boardroom with your trainers and you put your feet over your knee and people look at the bottom of your shoe and it says future looks bright. That's how you get deals done. All right, so they're out. I'm excited to announce it, and I'm very happy for people to go sport it. When you get them, take pictures, send it our way. We're going to show all these shoes, all the pictures that are being taken. I already got a bunch of them sent to me on Instagram. Go to vtmerch.com, place your order. It's all over the website. Maybe buy it for your husband, buy it for your brother, buy it for your coworkers, buy it for your best salespeople if you want to let them know the future looks bright.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.